Hey, think about the very last thing you did. Did you check your phone? Flip on a light? Well, that invisible force you just used, that's energy, and it literally powers our entire world. So today we're going to dive into a huge question. How do we make that power clean, affordable, and get it to absolutely everyone? No, seriously, just take a second. From the alarm on your phone in the morning to that show you binge watched late last night, energy is this constant hum in the background of our lives. It's so easy to take for granted, but let's be real, without it, our world would just grind to a halt. So, what even is energy? Well, at its core, it's just the power to make things work. It's the juice that gets our cars moving, that lights up our rooms, that keeps us all connected. You could say it's the engine that runs our homes, our schools, and our hospitals. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. While energy is absolutely vital, the way we've been getting it has created this massive, two-sided problem for our planet and for all of us. Okay, first up is the access crisis. It's kind of hard for many of us to even imagine, but for billions of people, reliable power just isn't a given. And without it, you can't build businesses, you can't run hospitals, you can't let up schools. It basically traps entire communities in this cycle of poverty. Just let this number sink in for a second. 13%. That's the slice of the world's population that still lives without modern electricity today. We're talking hundreds of millions of people who are, quite literally, left in the dark. And believe it or not, it gets worse. A staggering 3 billion people, that's almost half the planet, still have to rely on burning wood or coal just to cook a meal or heat their homes. This is so incredibly harmful, causing all sorts of indoor pollution and really serious health problems. Now for the other side of that coin, the pollution crisis. The way we've been generating most of our power, mainly through fossil fuels, has had a huge and really damaging impact on our environment. In fact, our energy production is the single biggest contributor to climate change. It's responsible for about 60% of all global greenhouse gas emissions. So the bottom line is, the very thing that powers us is also polluting our planet. Facing these huge challenges can feel a little overwhelming, I get it, but there is a plan. The world has actually come together with a unified goal to tackle these problems head-on. This really brings us to a fundamental choice. We can either stick with non-renewable fossil fuels that pollute our air and, well, will eventually run out, or we can fully embrace renewable energy, harnessing the clean, limitless power of the sun, the wind, and water. This global plan, it has an official name, Sustainable Development Goals 7, or SDG 7 for short. And it's basically a promise made by countries all around the world to make sure every single person has access to affordable, reliable, and clean energy by the year 2030. So what does that really mean? Let's just break it down. First, universal access, meaning everyone gets the power they need. Second, affordability. Energy shouldn't be a luxury, right? And third, sustainability. The power we use can't harm our planet for future generations. Simple, powerful, and absolutely essential. So how do we actually pull off this ambitious goal? Well, we need some heroes in our energy story. And one of the brightest stars in this whole clean energy revolution is, you guessed it, solar power. So let's meet our hero. Solar energy is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Clean, powerful energy that comes to us directly from the sun. It's this abundant, totally natural resource that shines down on our planet every single day. And the way it works is actually surprisingly simple. The sun shines on solar panels. Those panels capture the sunlight, kind of like catching rainwater in a bucket, and they turn it right into electricity. And just like that, clean power flows right into our homes, ready to go. So why is solar such a game changer? Well, for one, it's renewable. The sun isn't going anywhere anytime soon. It's clean, producing zero harmful pollution. The technology is getting cheaper and cheaper every year, which makes it more affordable than ever. And maybe most importantly, it works anywhere the sun shines. That means it can bring power to even the most remote villages on Earth. Now, this all sounds like a massive global mission, and it is. But the really incredible thing is that the power to make it all happen doesn't just rest with governments or giant companies. It also rests with us, with you. This quote really just gets to the heart of it all. This isn't someone else's problem to solve. Pulling this off is going to take a massive team effort, and every single one of us is on the team. So what does being on the team look like? Honestly, it just looks like making smart energy choices every day. At home, it can be as simple as switching to LED lights or just turning stuff off when you're not using it. When you're moving around, maybe you walk or bike instead of taking the car. And at school or work, you can just start a conversation about clean energy. And you have to remember, these small actions might feel, well, small, but when millions and millions of us make them together, they create this amazing ripple effect that leads to massive, positive change. That is the real power of collective action. Ultimately, every smart choice, every conversation, every little bit of energy we save, it's like laying another brick in the foundation of a cleaner, fairer, and more sustainable world for everyone who's going to come after us. So, I'll leave you with this one question to think about. This isn't about changing everything overnight. Not at all. It's just about starting somewhere. So what is one simple, smart energy choice you'll commit to making this week?